It is Friday, May 8th, and it is time for our math lesson for the day. So for math today, we are going to talk about how to convert customary units of capacity. So yesterday, we talked about what the units of capacity are, that a unit of capacity means the amount of liquid a container can hold. And we talked about a fluid ounce being the size of a nail polish bottle, a cup that we use to measure for baking or cooking, a pint being like the size of a sour cream container, a quart being a small, bigger than a pint, right? But like a small container of milk is often a quart. And then a gallon, that big measurement that we usually buy our milk in gallons, okay? So today we're going to talk about how we convert customary units of capacity from one to another. So just like we talked about converting units of length, that sometimes when you measure something, you actually find out that you need it in a different unit. So you change the units. So we're going to talk about how to do that. Okay, so to do that, you're going to need the table that's here on page 715. It has the conversions between the different customary units. So for example, 1 cup is equal to 8 fluid ounces. 2 cups is equal to 1 pint. 2 pints is equal to 1 quart, and 4 quarts equal 1 gallon. And we can use that information to help us to convert from one unit to another. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to remind you how we can use a ratio table to help us. So remember, 1 cup equals 8 ounces. So if I have 2 cups, that's going to give me 16 ounces. Then if I double that and I want to make 4 cups, I can double 16. That will give me 32. Let's say that I want 5 cups. I can take 4 cups plus 1 cup will be 5 cups. So 32 ounces plus 8 ounces will give me 40 ounces. Or I could also think 5 cups times 8 ounces in each cup equals 40 ounces. I could double that to make 10 cups. If I double 40, that would be 80. And let's say that I want 9, I can use that 10 and I can take away 8 cups from, or 8 ounces from the 80, and that will give me 72, right? And I can check that by saying, well, 9 cups times 8 ounces in each cup would give me 72, okay? So we can use a ratio table to help us convert customary units. So let's go ahead and take a look at the work in our book. So example 1, it says Marcus has a 2-gallon container of laundry detergent. How many quarts of laundry detergent does he have? How many pints of laundry detergent does he have? Okay, so first I want to know how many quarts there are in 2 gallons, okay? So if I go back and I make a ratio table, if I know that in 1 gallon, so I've got gallons and quarts, right? I know in 1 gallon, there are 4 quarts, okay? So if I double that amount and I have 2 gallons, so I double that 4 times 2 is 8. So that means in 2 gallons, there's going to be 8 quarts. So if I look here, they said find the number of quarts that are in 2 gallons. Since quarts are smaller than gallons, multiply. Multiply by 4 because there are 4 quarts in each gallon. 2 times 4 is 8. So they agree with us. So there are 8 quarts in 2 gallons. Okay, now we need to find the number of pints that are in 8 quarts. So I know that in 1 quart, so I'm going to make another ratio table over here, quarts and pints. okay? So in 1 quart, there are 2 pints, okay? So I want to know, there are 8 quarts, right? So I need to get up to the 8. So I'm going to start by doubling. I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to double to 2 quarts. That's going to give me 4. So then I'm going to double this. That's going to be 4 quarts. So if I double that, that's going to be 8. Now if I double that 4, that's going to give me 8. So I can double the 8. That'll be 16. Okay, so that means there's going to be 16 pints. Okay, let's see how they did it. It says multiply 8 by 2 because there are 2 pints in each quart. So we know there are 8 quarts, so 8 times 2 equals 16. So there are 16 pints in 8 quarts. Marcus has 8 quarts or 16 pints of laundry detergent, okay? Let's go ahead and turn the page. Example 2 says, complete 4.5 quarts equals how many pints? So first, we're going to convert the whole number. So there are 2 pints in 1 quart. So if there are 4 quarts, we found on our ratio table that there are 8 pints because 4 times 2 is 8. So the whole number is 8. Now in a half a quart, so in 1 quart, there's 2 pints. So that means in a half a quart, that would be 1 pint. So if I have 8 from the whole number 4 plus 1 from the half quart, that's going to be 9 pints. So 4.5 quarts equals 9 pints. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and complete the guided practice with you. So 10 quarts equals how many pints? So I'm going to go back to my ratio table. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep going back to the same ratio table. That way, the work that I've already done isn't lost. So I already found 8. I need to find 10. So if I go 8 quarts plus 2 quarts, that gives me 10. So if I do the 16 plus 4, that gives me 20. So 10 quarts equals 20 pints, right? All right. 3.5 cups equals how many fluid ounces? So I'm going to go over to my ratio table that I started with here. So I have, I need to find 3.5. So first I'm going to find 3. I'm going to find 3 by going 2 plus 1 is 3. So 16 plus 8 is 24, right? Now a half of a cup, I know 1 whole cup is 8. So half of 8 is going to be 4. So that means 3.5 will be 24 plus 4 is 28 ounces. So I'm going to put 28 ounces. All right, 5 quarts is how many pints? So I'm going to go back up to my quarts and pints ratio table. I'm going to keep this. I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to keep using the same one. So I want 5 quarts. So 4 plus 1 is 5. So I'm going to do 8 plus 2 is 10. I could also think 5 is half of 10. So half of 20 is 10, right? So 5 quarts is 10 pints. All right. So 1 pint is how many cups? So 1 pint, I'm going to go back over to my conversion on page 715. And it says that 2 cups equal 1 pint. So I'm going to put 1 pint equals 2 cups. And then my ordered pair is 1 pint, 2 cups. So now if I double that, 2 pints is going to be 4 cups. So 2 pints, 4 cups is my ordered pair. So now if I do 3, well, I can do 3 times 2 is 6, or I can think 2 plus 1 is 3, so 4 plus 2 is 6. So my ordered pair is 3, 6. And then for my 4, I can double the amount from 2. So if I double 4, that's going to be 8. Or I can say 4 times 2 is 8. So 4 pints, 8 cups. That's my ordered pair. Okay. So gallons and quarts. So I already know from my ratio table that I started here, 1 gallon is 4 quarts, so 2 gallons is 8 quarts. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that here. 2 gallons is 8 quarts, and then I'm gonna make my ordered pair to 8. So now if I double that, because 4 is double 2, I'm gonna double the 8, that's 16. So there's 4, 16. So now if I add 4 plus 2, that's 6. So now I can add 16 plus 8, that gives me 24. So my ordered pair is 6, 24. And then for my 8, I can double the 4, right? Because if I double 4, that's 8. So if I double 16, that's 32. So 8, 32. And that's how you use a ratio table to help you to convert units of capacity. Okay, so I'm going to leave you to continue on your own and finish page 717 and 718. I hope you have a great day.